Welcome back to Beam City Sports.
Beam City Sports.
We got the boys back. Luke, you are back from Vegas. Very happy to have you back. Jackson,
I am.
Very happy to have you back as well. We are back at the Beam City Sports Bar here in my backyard. Another beautiful day here in Sacramento, California. How we feeling, boys? A lot's happened over this last week, man. Felt like the longest week of my life, that's for sure.
A lot is happening right now. I feel like Sacramento, especially Tyler, is going. We're all going through the 5 stages of grief.
Definitely going through it.
Everybody's at their different stage right now. Some people going faster, some people going slower. But it's business, and we got to move on. So
Yeah. Dev, how you feeling over there?
I'm through the stages already. I just need Kings wins, bro, and they can't win, and that makes me mad. But we gonna rattle some off. I'm ready.
Yeah, Jackson, a Laker fan, man. How are you feeling?
Still in shock about it all.
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest trade ever, and
Yeah.
it just came out of nowhere. I mean, it's Anthony Davis for Luka Dončić. It's like, can't get much bigger than that.
The biggest trade of NBA history, in my opinion. That it's just freaking insane, man.
David Stern would have vetoed that shit, bro.
He would have.
Obviously.
So you better give some shout out to your boy Adam Silver, and Nico Harrison, of course, as well.
Crazy.
The real mind behind this whole deal.
yeah.
I mean, not a smart mind, the mind behind this deal. We did just watch the Mavericks win their first game with Anthony Davis, though, and Max Christie. Got to give him some shout out as well.
Yeah,
So I mean,
he's
they
nice.
look good, but you gave up Luka Dončić, so
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about it. It's pretty wild. But today, we're going to be going over every trade that happened this NBA trade deadline. Man, this was a crazy last week in the NBA. So many moves. Every single day you wake up to a new notification from Shams saying someone big got traded. So
Yeah.
we'll grade every move that happened. Also, we will be reviewing the Kings' bad losses against Portland and the Orlando Magic. Also, we will, have a debate episode as well as we did last week at the end of the show. Excited to get Jackson in on that, and we'll have 2 judges this time to see who wins, and then also who we play for trade deadline edition. So stay around for that. Going to be at the end of the show. But yeah, so
It's gonna be a good show.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a great show.
Gonna be a fun show.
It's great to be back here. It's I missed it on Wednesday. Having that phone-in call. I hope some fans got the little monologue thing that I had for the people who listen to Cheers for Fears. But yeah, no, it's great to be back. It's great to be here. It sucks because I don't know. I feel like I missed out on a lot of NBA just for being gone for that little bit. It's so much is happening. The craziest trade deadline in NBA history, probably.
For sure. And before this trade deadline, I mean, we were talking about potential trades all year, and we were kind of like, oh, there's not going to be too many crazy moves. Maybe Jimmy Butler gets moved, maybe Cam Johnson,
Yeah.
and I don't see anything else happening. And then Luka Dončić trade just started the whole whirlwind of the NBA. So shout out to Rob Pelinka over there getting the trades going, man, because it got crazy.
I feel like it's the rest of the league. They saw that and they're like, all right, nobody's gonna clown us for doing this.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna clown us for any of that.
That's why the Kings
That's
traded
why the
Deandre the next
Kings
day.
pulled the trigger right there.
We were like, I mean, Luka just got traded yesterday. Now everyone won't be coming at us for trading De'Aaron Fox. So, yeah, crazy. But if you're listening on YouTube, go subscribe. Over 200 now, of course. We're only on the come up, almost at
Yes, sir.
220. So go subscribe if you're listening. But we can jump in, man. We can jump into grading every trade that happened
Let's
this
get right into
NBA
it.
trade deadline. Got to start with the first one, of course, the biggest trade. Luka for Anthony Davis. Lakers received Luka Dončić, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris. Education reform, Markieff.
Oh, wow.
And the Mavericks received Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and the Lakers 2029 first-round pick. And then the Jazz got Jalen Hood-Schifino, who they waived, who, hopefully he gets back in the league. Laker fan, how you feeling about Hood-Schifino?
Or not.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to.
Yeah, I mean, he's a young player. I still have a little hope for him, but, getting released by the Jazz is not a good look. And then they also got 2 second-round picks just thrown in there. I heard something that Danny Ainge, getting the Jazz to be a part of this trade was important because the Lakers had to get off Hood-Schifino to, make this deal happen. And I don't think they told Danny Ainge, this is a Luka Dončić for Anthony Davis trade, because I feel like he would not have done that.
No.
I feel like I think I heard something that they called, Danny Ainge up and said, they were like, hey, do you want Jalen Hood-Schifino and 2 second-round picks for nothing? And he was probably just like, yeah, why not? Do it. And then he wakes up and sees that it's Luka Dončić for Anthony Davis. So I wonder how they're
that's so
feeling over
great.
there. From the Lakers' perspective, though, what are we grading this, Jackson? Definitely starting with you over there. What are we grading this?
A+.
Yeah.
I mean, emotions aside, I love AD, love Max Christie. We'll always, root for both of them in their careers. But I mean, it's Luka. He's 25, top 3 player in the NBA when he's playing. I mean, it's now your whole entire next 10 years of your franchise is set.
Yeah.
Set. Luke?
Yeah, immediately I saw it. I was like, all right, well, they figured out how they're going to move on from LeBron.
Yeah.
Because LeBron's going to be done in, 2 or 3 years? If that, it's up to him, right? Like, he's always questioning, just like, do I want to go home and drink some wine, or do I want to keep playing some ball? So, I mean, this might let him play a little bit longer. He might want to play with Luka and try and, who knows, win another ring.
Yeah.
But it's clear that the Lakers were like, I mean, they accepted the trade and were like, all right, cool. We're going to keep Luka here for as long as possible.
Yeah.
This is the future.
So A+ from you?
A+.
A+. Dev?
Yeah, boys hit
A+.
the nail on the head.
Yeah. I'm giving it A+ from the Lakers' perspective as well. You have to. From the Mavericks' perspective, they got AD, they got Max Christie, and they got a first-round pick in 2029. They did give up Luka, so I'm going to give it a D-. Just because they still have a good team.
Yeah.
They still have a good team. Like, this year, we just
Defense
watched them.
Is going to be elite.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
everybody on that team can basically, defend at a high level.
That's very true.
I mean, even Kyrie can defend decently well. He's just undersized.
Yeah.
You
But
just got to ask.
It's just Luka Dončić, bro.
Yeah.
You can't trade him.
25 years old, would have carried your team to another NBA
exactly.
Finals. He just did it last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like
Too fat. Right?
I wrote down in my notes. I was like, I'm not even gonna type anything because there's too much to type about
Yeah.
this trade that the Mavs fucked up on. I'm gonna give the Mavs an F because
Valid.
I mean, AD, yes, amazing, great, 32 years old. Just hurt his groin in the last 3 minutes of the game. I don't know if you guys saw that.
And
Yeah.
it might have been a re-aggravation, they're saying,
Yeah, exactly.
of his abdominal, which could be another 4 to 6 weeks.
So, and then Kyrie, amazing, but still aging like AD. So how long is this gonna last?
Yeah.
It's
They're old ass team now. They're old ass team, and if they don't make a run and win a championship in the next 3 years, this is going to be the worst trade of NBA history.
It already is.
It already is.
Okay.
But if they win a championship, which I think can happen, they have a good team, and the West is kind of wide open. Besides the Thunder up there, the Mavericks they have a good starting five, and they have a good supporting
KD
cast
get
as
back.
well.
That is
They
pretty
get
true.
back.
Yeah,
They get in the
defensively they're so
playoffs.
good.
Defensively, they can match up really well with the Thunder. Too.
Yeah, that's true.
If AD is playing, because that abdominal injury might linger a bit.
True.
Well,
Well,
it's pretty insane
Yeah.
that now that we're saying the West is completely wide open compared to the East besides the Thunder.
Yeah.
Anybody can really grab it and get to that Western Conference Finals right there.
definitely. Well, AD got his wish. He's playing with the center, so another point to look at. He's playing with two.
Playing with two of them.
So we saw his first play in Dallas today. He threw a lob to Daniel Gafford. So
Yeah.
obviously he wants to play with the center and play that four, and that's what he wants to do. So, all right. Well, we can move on to.
He went off too. 26 points,
Yeah.
16 rebounds, 7 assists.
Man, he went off.
Yeah.
Well, we're moving on to the De'Aaron Fox trade for Zach LaVine. Let me go through it. The Spurs got De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin. The Kings got Zach LaVine, Sidi Sissoko, who they traded to the Wizards for
Sorry,
Giannis.
I called you Cody. My
Kings
bad.
legend.
Sorry about that.
Kings legend, CD. And then 3 first-round picks. The Charlotte Hornets pick they got this year will not convey into a first-round pick. It will turn into 2 seconds. So realistically, we got 2 first-round picks. And then the Bulls got Zach Collins, Trey Jones, Kevin Huerter, and their own pick back this year. From the Spurs perspective, I think we're all going to give it an A+. I mean, they didn't give up much, and they got De'Aaron Fox.
They kept their entire young core
Yeah,
together.
that's-
they A+.
Yeah, A+ for the Spurs.
Yeah,
You.
that's why I gave their GM the Mitchell's Man of the Week
Yeah.
just the other day. The fact that he was able to keep that, especially the 2 first-round picks that's coming up, keeping those 2 players, 2 first-round picks, they're going to be able to use those for more draft capital coming up in the draft, depending on where they place, obviously.
Especially
But-
those Hawks picks.
Man, I
Yeah.
can't believe the Kings didn't get any of those Hawks picks.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, no,
Damn.
Honestly,
pretty insane.
they didn't even give up anything valuable, bro.
Yeah,
No,
they
yeah.
didn't.
The 2031 Minnesota pick, the first round pick, that's probably the most valuable pick there. But
It is.
then Chicago's pick back this year. But other than that,
They already had the rights to that.
It was top 10 protected, so now if the Bulls, were 10 or 9, they would have kept it. But now if they're 11, I mean, they're going to
I'm
keep it
pretty
now.
sure the Bulls probably would have been down there.
Yeah, I mean they're down there, but they're in the mix of around that area.
Yeah.
So
they gave up one of their own first round picks, but in 2 years they're going to be good anyway.
Exactly.
But
So from the Kings' perspective, we got Zach LaVine. What are we grading this? I want you guys to be real. No more bias shit on this show. It's hard to not be because I'm biased as hell every time. But from the Kings' perspective, we're 0-2 with Zach LaVine. What are we grading this trade so far?
I'm gonna give it a B plus A minus.
B plus A minus?
B plus.
I gotta disagree with that.
I'm giving it a B.
It's definitely
B plus.
lower than that.
Giving it a B plus.
I mean, we should have got more. We should have
got more, but I mean, with the position we were in, we had no leverage.
No
That's
leverage.
all. No
No
leverage
leverage.
at all. So the fact that we got the amount of picks that we did, and we got Zach LaVine with it, I feel like it was enough, especially with the picks that we got. Those picks, I'm pretty sure, translated into getting Jonas as well.
Oh, I mean, well, CD Sissoko did. We didn't trade anything but second round picks for Jonas. So
Well, yeah, but
we
I'm
traded
pretty
those
sure-
ones we got. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got 3, right? And then we
Yeah.
traded 2 with CD, and then 1 with Jonas as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, we pretty much got Zach LaVine,
We got-
Jonas, and Jake LaRavia, who we'll get into later in the show. But for Deandre, we pretty much got those 3 guys and a couple picks. So I'm gonna give it a B minus, C plus, more than a B
Okay.
plus, A minus. But
We have to give the time.
Gotta give
the
it
team,
time.
We got to give the team time to gel.
Yeah.
I feel like All-Star break coming up right now is perfect timing to let them get practice in,
Yeah.
get a little break in,
true
learn
that.
each
And
other.
you know the Kings don't have any All Stars, so
Yeah,
no one's gonna be
exactly.
missing any of those
No,
practices.
I mean,
Sadly,
uh,
Domas deserves it. But
Domas deserves it.
Dev,
Yeah.
yeah, Dev,
C plus.
C plus. Yeah, I mean it's around what I think too.
I mean, honestly, but it was honestly probably kind of worse before the Valančiūnas and
Yeah.
LaRavia because like honestly they just stayed the same to
Yeah.
me, but they got the wing depth they needed, and then we got Jonas. So
yeah,
I'll
C
still
plus.
say C plus though. You traded your best player.
Yeah, Jackson.
I guess I
No,
should take it down a little bit because I was putting a little too much leeway on the other picks affecting Zach
Yeah.
LaVine. So I guess Zach LaVine probably B straight up.
Yeah. All right, Jackson from a non-Kings fan, the only one up here. What do you think about this trade? You know, we got Zach LaVine.
A C.
See,
I mean, LaVine by himself is a great player.
yeah,
Doesn't fit the Kings. They already have DeRozan. They have Malik Monk. They already have other guys that are very good offensively, but they don't have a playmaker. They don't have anybody who can actually
Somebody gotta
distribute
go
and
to
is a
the
point guard.
bench.
I disagree. Malik is like that. Malik is like that. He just needs to find, his rhythm and his, comfortability with Zach LaVine. He's trying to defer to Zach LaVine and DeMar too much right now. And when we saw De'Aaron out, and Malik took over, we were a way better team.
Yeah.
And Malik was a great playmaker. So keep going though. My bad.
You're good.
Yeah.
Malik's very good in the pick and roll.
Yeah.
Sabonis and him have had a very good chemistry all year from what I've seen. It's just a matter of like, you have LaVine and DeRozan on your team. It's like if you watch them when they were together with Lonzo. Lonzo's one of the best facilitators in the league.
Yeah.
Easily. So he made it so everybody got touches, regardless of what it was. Or he would let them operate. Malik is a player who's going to always put the ball in his hands too.
Yeah.
He's not. It's not that he can't be a playmaker. It's that he's not a natural playmaker, as in a guy like Lonzo, as in a guy like Halliburton, things like that.
That's a good point, actually. I mean, Lonzo just kind of is not really. He's like, I don't see Lonzo as really a true point guard, though. Like, he's not like running. He's not a good pick and roll player. He's good like spotting up for 3 and honestly pushing the pace. That's the difference. And like with Lonzo, he was letting, like you said, letting Zach LaVine and DeMar operate. And Malik is more like, I need to set these guys up. And DeMar's not a catch and shoot guy at all. Zach LaVine's more of that, but I mean, he does want to ISO a lot. So
That's also why it worked, though. I think because Lonzo was more of a catch and shoot and just push the pace, where LaVine and DeRozan mainly took everything out in the half court setting.
That's true. So you're giving it a C?
Yeah, I'll give it a C for them. I mean, it wasn't a terrible move. You got as much as you really could with the circumstances, but realistically, they should have been able to get at least one of those Atlanta picks.
Definitely agree.
Yeah.
Spurs fleeced in that one for sure.
Spurs,
Well, we'll get more into that later with the other Kings trades, but gotta grade this one. The Kuzma for Chris Middelton trade. The Milwaukee Bucks traded Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, and a pick swap to the Wizards for Kyle Kuzma, Patrick Baldwin Jr., and second round draft stuff. So, from the Bucks' perspective, what are we grading this? Dev, I want to start with you over there.
Chris Middleton.
For Kuzma, pretty much the deal.
Honestly, I mean, Middleton was coming off the bench lately.
He was.
Are they going to start Kuzma? I mean,
Yesterday they brought him off the bench, but I do think they'll probably end up starting Kuz.
Yeah.
I give it like a B. B minus.
From the Bucks perspective?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of like, I mean, Chris Middleton probably not the same on defense in his later, older years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like I look at it as getting it like same player for same player, but you never know. Kuzma could, buy in, start going crazy over there. He won a championship with Los Angeles, so
Was very valuable role player that
exactly.
He was.
So if they get him to buy in over there, then that could be good. So I'll give it B.
Okay. Luke?
Yeah,
For the Bucks?
I think I'm going to agree with Devin on a B right there. Obviously, Kuzma needs to kind of step up a little bit on the defensive side. He's not like super strong right now, but he's still averaging like 18 points, 20 points a game over there.
Definitely less than that.
Really?
And shooting horribly from the
I
field.
guess so.
He's having his worst
Yeah,
year.
he's having
for sure.
a bad
Then
year.
I'm
Shooting
tripping.
Probably around 14
What am I
a game.
thinking right now?
Probably like 2 years ago, Goose.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, well.
Then I'm going to drop it down to like a B minus C plus.
Yeah.
He's averaging 15 points a
15,
game.
okay.
He's not that bad of a player as he's
not-
showing right now.
Yeah.
I think.
But I mean, they really need him to step up on defense. Like he can score the ball. Like he's proven that before. But I mean, yeah, B minus probably for them.
I'm going to give it a D from the Bucks perspective. I think
Really?
Kuzma, I mean, he's not what they needed. He's definitely not what they needed. I mean, he's younger. He might be a little faster than Middleton, but I still don't think this makes the Bucks any better than they were before. And you get rid of a guy like Chris Middleton, who you won a championship with, who, that's just throwing out the loyalty. And Kuzma doesn't really make them better, in my opinion. He's kind of like a lower tier role player at this point, in my opinion. But he could rejuvenate his career.
I feel like being on a team like this that's a little bit more developed than the Wizards.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll bring something out in him, like on that Lakers team that was a little bit more put together.
You also,
I think he'll find a bit more of a role on this team right now.
I can see that. What do you think?
I think you also look at like Gafford last
Yeah.
year, right? When he was on the Wizards, nobody really thought he was some crazy player.
Yeah, I
until he got to the Mavericks. Okay,
Well, he was nice on
very few
Wizards.
people actually knew
Of
how
course
good he
he
was.
did. Yeah.
Right? And
Tyler
we couldn't
does.
give
Nobody
him
knows as much ball as you.
that. So I'm saying
That's a good point,
It
though.
could be a similar situation
Yeah.
where it's the Wizards. They're awful.
Yeah.
So he was, kind of just there jacking up shots.
Yeah.
Now he has an actual reason to win and compete in certain aspects. So
That's true.
he could do a lot better.
That's true. I mean, he was a big part of that Lakers, championship run. You saw that firsthand.
Yeah.
But I just don't think his defense isn't what the Bucks need. His offense isn't what the Bucks need.
Yeah.
I just don't love the fit. And then you give up a young guy like AJ Johnson as well. Could have developed into something special for them. And I mean, he's not having a good year, but he's still so young and has a lot of potential. So, I mean, and Chris Middleton, like I said, the loyalty just thrown out the window. I wonder how Giannis feels about it. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they play.
I was going to say
Apparently
that.
Giannis approved it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
That's what
big
I saw.
then. If you listen to Giannis, if you're the Bucks.
I was
That's
going to
all
say there had to be something like deeper in that because Middleton's been there for
his whole career.
His whole
Since
career. He
20
was drafted to the
Pistons
Pistons, and then he went
Well,
to the.
I think it's just he's kind of older now, and he dealt with injuries a lot of last year, so they're kind of just maybe
feel
get
like
what
he
you
was-
could get for him, and
Yeah, I feel like he was already kind of out, on his way out the door last year.
Yeah.
There was already rumors
Yeah,
about him
rumors
going
last
last
year.
year. so,
There
like,
was.
His health has just been a huge issue
Yeah.
since they won the title.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, well, moving on to the Jonas Valančiūnas trade. Washington Wizards traded Jonas to the Sacramento Kings for CD Sissoko and 2 second-round picks. Wizards then released CD Sissoko, so
That's
he's
an
a
A
free
for the
agent.
Kings.
I would give that an A for the Kings as well.
Yeah. A.
You guys have been pushing for Jonas
Been
all
pushing for
damn
that.
year, though, and I've been against it. But watching yesterday, yesterday, 2 days ago, whatever it was, Jonas' first game with the Kings looked great. I mean, he didn't have the best box score, but I could tell his impact was, crazy, compared to our backup centers before that.
Exactly,
And, yeah, he's the biggest guy on the floor. He's the toughest guy on the floor, and we've never had that. So
Yeah,
I think it's a great pickup.
his impact down low, is outmatched to Alex Len. I mean,
Yeah.
Alex Len is big, but dude didn't know how to use his body down low. Jonas, he's perfect for us. A little bit slower, you pointed that out, but
Definitely slower.
doesn't really matter, honestly.
Yeah.
If he's able to get up and down in time, he's able to do it right now. But he makes his presence down low felt. He boxes out, gets other people rebounds. Even if he's not grabbing it, he's boxing out the bigger guy, so then his other teammates can get up and get the rebound.
Great
too.
point. I definitely noticed that a lot last game. He was boxing out the bigs, and we struggle with giving up offensive rebounds, especially when Domas is not in the game.
Yep.
So he's big for us in that aspect. But Dev, are you giving it an A as well?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it just needed to be done, honestly, like a long time ago. So I'm glad they finally did it, and it was only 2 second-round picks and a guy that team you traded him to released the next day anyway. So
should have done this way long ago. You guys have been calling it out all year, so gotta give you guys some credit there. Jackson, how do you think this moves the Kings at all? Getting Jonas?
First off, speaking of Sissoko, he just signed a 2-way deal with the Blazers.
Just now. I did just see that.
A minute ago.
Like
Get him
literally
back in the league.
1 minute ago.
Kings legend.
Back in the league.
That's a Kings legend.
On the Blazers.
Whereas for the trade, I give it a B because they got an upgrade at center.
Yeah.
And that's what they needed.
Yeah.
But they really should have pushed for Robert Williams.
I agree.
I wanted that.
That shot block,
Yeah.
He's so injury prone,
athleticism, though. But with a player of it, he's been relatively healthy this whole year, though.
Yeah.
And you're
He's
kind of
been-
thinking it would have took the same thing, like
Black
2 seconds, and
It probably
maybe
would
a
have
player.
given maybe 2 seconds,
Yeah.
and then some other young guy, right?
I'm so surprised he didn't get moved to any
Yeah.
team.
Oh yeah, that's a huge
Crazy to
shock.
me, yeah.
But I mean, I think at the end though, they did say they wanted a first, and I was like, pushing it a bit.
That is definitely
But
pushing it.
overall, though, Jonas does give them a lot of playmaking off that bench at that center position.
Yeah.
When Sabonis goes to the bench. But I do think it's very repetitive defensively, where you can just attack the rim almost every time as a opposing guard.
I think,
Or whoever.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I mean, obviously the Kings are slower with Jonas on the floor.
Yeah.
But like you said, on the offensive end, he's someone we can play through. And I definitely saw that last game. He was always in the middle of the floor. Everyone was looking for him. He was setting the best screens I've ever seen set on this Kings team besides Domas. And, but the defense, it's a good point because with Domas on the floor, people just think they can attack the rim at any point. I think Jonas is a little bit better of a rim protector than Domas.
Definitely.
Not by much, but I think he provides a little more rim
I
protection.
just think he's set up better too. Like he's got Keon, he's got LaRavia is supposed to be good. He's better than Keon defensively. His
We'll
rating
see
this
about
year.
that, yeah.
And then Trey Lyles is always going to hustle and do the little things.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think he's set up a little bit better with that second unit to not have to do as much and just protect the rim.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it is a very repetitive on defense. It's the same thing basically, but
yeah.
it's the same thing on offense too, which is kind of what they needed, and I'm glad they did it. So
Yeah, you
they
said
needed
that.
something besides Alex Len off the bench.
You said that a long time ago. You said we need someone off the bench who can play like Domas when Domas isn't in the game, and that's
'Cause that's
exactly
how they're
what
all
Jonas
used
is
to
doing.
playing, yeah.
But we'll see about the Jake LaRavia move.
Yeah,
I'm interested.
yeah.
I'm excited.
Intrigued.
For it. I'll see
I
his his debut tonight.
Yeah.
So
In
I'm
person.
excited about that. But I mean, he's the wing defender that we needed. He's got long arms, can shoot the three.
Yeah.
He'll probably only play 13, 15 minutes, something like that.
Oh, I'm down to give him
Like,
25.
He'll be in that.
I'm with it.
I think he'll have those Kev Herter minutes that he had coming off the bench.
We need more
that's
minutes
as much
than
as
that.
he should
Well,
play.
I think
no,
he-
I mean when he first started coming off
Yeah.
the bench, they were playing him a lot,
Yeah.
20 minutes a game
Well,
off the bench.
at
Yeah,
first we're definitely gonna test him out, especially tonight against the weak Pelicans. It'll be a
Don't speak too soon.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we always
Be
play up and
careful.
down.
No
our,
game is an easy game here in
We always
Sacramento.
play up
That's
and
for
down
damn
our
sure.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
no, I think he's gonna be a great fit for us. I feel like him and Keegan might play well together.
Yeah.
I hope.
that
That would
that's
be big.
I feel like that'd be a great
At the same
perimeter
time?
Wing
defense.
duo.
Together.
That wing
Yeah.
duo right
Defense on
there.
the wings.
I feel like that would be a great duo running up and down the court with each other.
Yeah. All right. Well, two questions. First, for you guys, is we want to see some Domas and Jonas minutes on the floor together? Because I've been against it. Ever since Jonas came in the trade talks, I was like, we can't play them two on the floor together. But the league is kind of going back to a bigger league. We saw the
Yeah.
Thunder get Chet last night back, and they started Chet and Hartenstein. If we're playing a team like that, we have to play, a bigger lineup to match up with
Yeah,
these guys.
I think you kind of saw them do it with
yeah.
Alex Len even a couple times.
Oh,
Like
that
they
was
started
fucking
him, and
horrible.
it was horrible.
Oh, dude,
but-
that was fucking horrible.
But they-
Me and
but
Luke
it's
were
like-
at the Timberwolves game and they
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
I
We
was
were
so
pissed.
mad.
But
dude.
like you're
pissed.
saying, it's the way the NBA is kind of getting back to having two bigger guys down there. So I mean,
Yeah.
definitely in those matchups, I think I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Yeah.
And then,
Not
just having,
starting.
No.
oh no,
Some
at
minutes
the
though.
same time.
And
Yeah.
Domas is shooting better than ever from three. It
Yeah.
might open some looks up for him because we need him to shoot more threes at this point. He doesn't shoot
He
enough.
just needs to shoot
Yeah.
more in general.
Tonight might be the night to do it because
Yeah.
with the
Pelicans.
Pelicans, their tallest player, they have two guys at 6'11". That's Yves Missy and Kelly Olynyk. So,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's the team to do it against because they might run us out the gym because they
Yeah.
play guys like Trey Murphy
that
at
is
the
true.
four.
And
Yeah,
Zion's
Trey Murphy.
playing.
And
Oh.
Zion's. Oh, yeah, never mind. That's not a good idea. Never mind. Yeah.
Fucking Zion's playing, of course.
Damn.
All right. Well, the other question was for Jake LaRavia. His defensive rating is the best on the Kings.
Yeah.
But I hope it is, but I don't believe that the perimeter defense is that good. Like, he's not a better defender than Keon. The defensive rating is all fucking lies to me. It's all just numbers that don't mean shit.
Yeah.
Because,
Team-oriented
it's a team-oriented stat. He's on the floor with Jaren Jackson, Zach Edey, and all these perimeter defenders, too. It's like, I mean, just looking at the 2K ratings last night, his perimeter defense is a fucking D. His perimeter defense is a D. He's so slow. So I really hope, the defensive ratings, like the defensive efficiency ratings in the NBA are like a little more than just a team-oriented stat, because then that would be big for us. But I have to see it to believe
he's
it.
He's going to be on the court with Keon, so like that'll be easier. And then he might even like you guys were saying, get some run with Keegan just to have them two defensively, and then the Christie will definitely experiment with it, but he has the tools, the length, and the height. So you just got to see it in person, and hope the rating doesn't lie. But them 2K ratings, bro, they be chewing people. So
Man.
Fox still ain't a 90, bro. Fox still ain't a 90. So don't believe them 2K ratings.
That was crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy.
What, they don't say that no more?
I don't think
No,
they
no,
did
no,
that.
no.
I don't think we're able to say it on YouTube.
They be hauling people, bro. 2K ratings.
That's better. That's better. Okay, well, we should move on to the Jimmy Butler trade. The Miami Heat traded Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors for Andrew Wiggins. Dennis Schroeder ended up in Detroit on this deal. Kyle Anderson ended up in Miami. And Lindy Waters ended up in Detroit. So, how are we feeling about this trade? I wish James was here to ask him how he feels, because he is probably a little more optimistic than he was a week ago with this Warriors team. But from my opinion, I would give the Warriors a solid B+.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't give up too much. Wiggins was having a good year, but that's definitely an upgrade. And they didn't give up their young talent, so
Well, they
I'm
might
giving it a
have
B+.
to.
B.
They might have to give up Kuminga this offseason, because if somebody tries to sign him to like more than they can pay, because they're paying Jimmy Butler $60 million.
They extended him.
Dude.
That was the problem before. They said they didn't want to extend him, and then I guess they gave in.
That's the worst part of the trade, to be honest, is that they gave him $121 million for 2
60
years.
mil over the next 2 years,
So-
each year for Jimmy. So
Yeah.
fucking
Steph,
insane.
Draymond, and Jimmy make it up, I think, like 90%
Yeah,
of his half
Steph
next
makes
year.
52,
Yeah,
right?
so-
We're
Not
relying on
52,
Pete
but
Santos
50.
and
I was
Pat
gonna-
Spencer, man.
I'm going to give
My
the
boy.
Warriors
Hey, they signed Quentin Post to us, sorry, to a real contract.
No, he's a
Shout out
beast
him,
too. He's a beast too. Okay, Luke, you go.
I'm going to give the Warriors a B- on this.
Yeah.
Obviously, like Jimmy Butler, when he's happy, dude plays amazing basketball.
Seems like he's happy
And it
now.
seems like he's happy.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to come out and ball and play amazing with the Warriors.
Yeah.
But the Warriors fucked up big time signing him to that
Yeah.
big of a contract for 2 years. Like,
You had to, though.
you
You can't trade him and then just let him leave.
You have
It's
to,
like-
but at least make that
big of a
like that
I
big
would
of a
fuck it.
contract. At least make like a 3-year or 4-year deal. Like Jimmy's at the end of his career right now.
I'm happier that it's a 2-year
Okay.
deal than
Like-
compared to 3 or 4.
Well,
I mean,
just 'cause the
if it was
age,
the
yeah.
same money,
It's just the age.
then I
like,
definitely
yeah.
would have wanted 3 or 4
with
years.
this 2-year deal, dude should have only been getting like I don't way
And who
less.
At
knows?
than
least
what the fuck
40
this is.
mil, like
Well,
not 60
not
mil.
60.
Like
Yeah.
that's fucking
Yeah.
Who
insane.
knows? Maybe next offseason Draymond punches
So-
him in the face and he wants to leave. So.
No.
But
Oh, God.
I mean, good for Jimmy. Dude definitely fleeced the Warriors with that bag. So
Definitely did. Definitely did.
yeah. But I mean, I'll be excited to see him play good basketball, just not for the Warriors.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we
if
play
they
one
make-
more time this year,
I
right?
think so.
I'm not sure. If we
played
make
them 3 and we beat
oh,
them
I said we.
2 at a
If the Warriors make it,
Whoa.
Steph is my
It's-
ride or
it's his
die,
old-
man.
it's
Steph's
his old
my
team.
ride or-
Right?
Steph's my
Old
ride or die.
team.
Well, if the Warriors make the play in, which they're 11 right now, so it's
They're-
really close. The whole West is still super close. The Spurs are also on the come up. Fuck. But if the Warriors make the play in, I think
Dude.
they're a very scary team
Hey, don't forget
because
the Blazers.
oh my god, the Blazers are
The Blazers have won like 7 in a row,
Hooping.
right?
Our
man.
record with
9-1
the Warriors
in
is
the last
almost
10 of the last
exactly
11.
Yeah.
identical.
And that one loss
Yeah.
was to OKC.
Yeah.
Blazers
By,
are tough.
8 or something.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
coming up.
I was gonna say if the Warriors make it, they're a scary team because
Yeah.
Jimmy, playoff Jimmy, of course, and then playoff Steph, and then playoff
Yep.
Draymond.
Draymond
hopefully-
stomping on people,
Dude,
bro.
Draymond is so good in the playoffs. I'm tired of the hate on fucking Draymond.
No, I hate Draymond.
Show some damn respect. He's a
No.
4-time champ.
I
I'm
never
not
will.
showing any respect to
D-boy.
Draymond.
He's a 4-time champ in my backpack over there that Steph Curry's wearing.
Okay,
Shut
well,
up,
no
James.
respect
Sorry.
to
All
Draymond.
right, I'm sorry.
okay, Jackson, what do you grade this for the Warriors getting Jimmy Butler?
B minus.
B minus.
I mean, it's a move that makes them better right now for a bit, but realistically, Wiggins is not far off from what Jimmy is right
He's
now.
not. Yeah.
So
He's more of a creator.
the
though.
thing that giving up like Wiggins, Schroeder, and Kyle Anderson
Not
for
shit.
that. I mean, those two, yeah. So like, realistically, yeah, it's fine of a swap, but the contract is just
Contract is the part.
that's
yeah.
the issue because he's going to be 37 when he's making 60 mil. LeBron doesn't even make 60 mil, and he's 40.
Happy 40.
That hurts. that
40th,
hurts. Happy 40th, John Brown. Well, also another part of this trade, before we move on, our guy Davion Mitchell going to the Miami Heat. I think he's going to get real minutes over there.
I think he's gonna. Yeah,
I think that's a great
That's a
pick.
great pickup
Yeah,
right there.
yeah. So,
especially for old man Tucker.
He's a Heat player, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
he going.
I think he's gonna
Miami's
be.
gonna
He's gonna fit right
Yeah.
in with
yeah,
Miami.
Davion's what they fucking
think
want
he will
over there
fit
for
right
sure.
in Miami.
Eric Spoelstra's gonna love him.
Yeah.
All right, well, moving on. Another big trade was the Brandon Ingram trade. Out of
Oh, dude, I
nowhere for
completely
me.
forgot about this.
Yeah, what the hell?
I don't even know what this
I
one
knew he was
is.
available.
I knew he was gonna get traded, but I didn't think
to the Raptors.
to the
I think it's
Raptors.
kind of nice.
I mean, it is kind of
They-
nice. They
they're
just have so
okay.
many like
They're
redundant wings, though. They have
But
R.J. Barrett.
that's how they won,
Scotty
though.
Barnes, Grady Dick.
Is that not how they won in 2019?
Kinda.
Kawhi,
Saying Scotty
Siakam,
Barnes like
They
he's
don't
not
have
your favorite
they don't have a
player.
Kawhi though.
You're saying Scotty Barnes like he's not your favorite player.
No,
out
he's
there.
fucking Scotty Barnes is the best player on that team still. Don't get it fucked up. Don't get it fucked up. Scotty Barnes is the best player on that team.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I do know what you're talking about.
He's
Yeah,
like me, bro.
he's the best player on that team though. Don't get it fucked up. Even though he might be a little funny in that, but he's like that. He's like that. Scotty's like
I
that.
love Scotty Barnes.
Yeah.
I love Scotty Barnes.
I don't even know if Brandon Ingram's going to re-sign with them because I think he's a free agent.
Well, from what he's been
No, he's
saying,
not. What? We have fucking DeMar. It's like the better version of
leaving.
Brandon Ingram.
Tomorrow leaving. I mean,
Yeah, well, I mean, for the Raptors, it's just a weird move,
Yeah.
but they gave up a first-round pick. Not sure
Honestly?
if that pick's going to be that valuable because it might be like a protected pick or something like that. But
Yeah.
it was really just a first for Ingram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at it, because Bruce Brown's going to be a free agent, Kelly Olynyk's getting old, he's going to be a free agent, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's, I mean, a second rounder, right? But that team now is relatively set for their future with quickly RJ Barrett.
they're paying their guys. That's for damn
Barnes,
sure.
yeah, Barnes, Ingram, Grady Dick. I mean, they need a center.
They're going to get a
but
good
I
pick in the
think-
draft. this
I
year.
think they'll get a solid pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can definitely go for a center in the draft.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a couple guys that I've followed
Yeah.
that are probably later in that lottery
In
that
college.
they might be able to get.
Okay.
That are a little nicer for that center position.
Yeah.
I mean, even Jakob Poeltl's fine for the time being, but you should definitely move him when his value's high.
True. And the Raptors GM is one of the best in the NBA still. Buying low on guys is what he does, and it usually works. So, all right. Well, we can move on to Jackson's second favorite trade of this trade deadline. The Lakers traded Dalton Connect, Cam Reddish, and the 2031 first-round pick for Mark Williams, the tallest standing reach in the NBA.
9'9".
9'9" standing reach. His fucking wingspan is
I
insane.
could do that.
He's got a longer standing reach than Wemby.
I could do
That's
that.
crazy. So, Jackson, you gave up Dalton and Cam Reddish and the 2031, though. I was so shocked to see they gave up all that.
Everything changed.
I mean, Mark Williams is good, though. Yeah.
Yeah, everything changed. Luka.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark is phenomenal when he's healthy. His
Yeah.
main thing has been health, but the injuries that he's had, he had a fracture in like small one in his foot.
Mm-hmm.
He was also on the Hornets. They probably kept him out a little longer than maybe he needed to be.
True.
But he's perfectly in line with Luka's timeline. I feel like Connect is going to be a star in this league still. I really think he will be.
Star.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. Offensive
All-star?
juggernaut. Possibly.
Yeah, see, there we go.
Possibly.
There we go. There
But
we go.
hey, you look at LaMelo.
I love him, though.
LaMelo, him, and Brandon Miller.
Nice.
That's a pretty good trio.
I like
for
what the
that
Hornets got.
on the offensive and
Yeah.
defensively.
I feel like
True,
Connect could
true.
develop into like a really good player.
Oh yeah,
I
he's
feel like he
already
could
a
get
really
there.
good player, but I don't know if a star is the right
can-
words
Some
for
sort
him.
of a star. I think
From
he
that
could.
start of the season, when he was out,
Oh, yeah.
at 20 plus
Uh-huh.
as a rookie, I'm just saying he could definitely get to 24 at some
can-
point in his career.
That's an all-star right there. Then if
That's
he can
an
get to
all-star
24,
level, yeah.
I'm down
I mean,
with
he
that
was
one. Yeah.
that season
Yeah.
at all levels. He's been a bucket at all levels. So
Yeah.
I grade it A+ trade for Hornets,
Damn.
an A trade for the Lakers. I
Okay.
mean, I think they got a very good return for what
Yeah.
they needed, or for what for Mark Williams, and I think the Lakers got they got a center for
They
the
got the
future.
center.
The center
and
for the
exactly
future.
what
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
needed to be contenders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. So, man,
I'm
the Lakers
agreeing.
might actually be fucking contenders
I'm
now.
agreeing with Jackson.
Yeah.
I
I agree too. It's an A both ways.
Yeah, no, both of them. Like I mean, the Hornets bottom of the barrel right now, so like they needed those pieces, like just young pieces to help develop them, and then obviously they're gonna have an amazing pick this year. So they're definitely gonna be they're on the right track right now.
Agreed.
So,
Maybe Cam turns it back to high school.
Hey,
who knows?
Who knows?
I hope.
He might be having too much fun over there in Charlotte.
I still believe in it.
I do too. I love Cam Reddish.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a both ways for that team.
Luke, didn't you say Mark Williams and LaMelo had some sort of beef?
They did.
Was that real?
Yes.
Or was that Centel?
Or no, it was.
What's that Centel?
I've fallen for Centel too. Don't be ashamed. It actually gets me.
No, I swear there was
Because I didn't hear about it besides from you.
there was beef like between there was like some not beef, but there was some disagreement between the locker room, and they figured it out. They talked about it, but I mean, still like. Any kind of thing that happens like that in a locker room, it's going to tarnish something on the court.
True.
So, like, I mean, but we could put that aside because both these teams won in this trade.
Yeah, agreed. Dev, any thoughts on this trade?
Yeah, no, it's an A for both.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
nice. Dalton Connect's gonna be that's gonna be dope for Charlotte for sure. Like Jackson said with LaMelo and Brandon Miller, so that'll be dope in the coming years. And then the Lakers got the center, bro. They traded AD. Obviously, they're gonna need a center, and they got one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I gotta agree with you, Tyler. Actually, like, it doesn't like piss me off, but the Lakers did good, and now I'm scared because the Lakers are gonna be
They're
really good again.
fucking contenders.
Yeah.
We're blowing out the Pacers by 15 without LeBron, Luka, or Mark Williams. So.
Uh-oh. Laker fans are getting hyped now.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Here we
Just
go
a
again.
warning.
Here we go again.
Shit.
All right, well, moving on. A couple more trades. DeAndre Hunter. This one really shook me. Traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Karis LeVert, George Niang, and 3 second-round picks. Man, the Kings should have fucking got DeAndre Hunter for that price.
That's
God
what I'm
damn.
saying, yeah.
He's been so good this year.
Any other team should have gone for
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he fits so damn perfectly with Cleveland.
that's gonna be
They're-
crazy.
That was
That's
our one
Who's
hole.
gonna go
They might
off,
be-
dude?
yeah.
The only hole was a wing.
Yeah.
And they got a 20-point per game
The
who can
perfect
guard
wing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 through 4.
Yeah.
It's
And really only gave up, like, I mean...
Karis LeVert's been good, but not as good as DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, and, like, that's really all they gave up with
Yeah.
this. Like, they don't really need those picks. And, like, Yang's not, like, anything
That's
special.
the bus. What do they call him? They call him something.
I don't know.
Something bus.
But
It's funny.
yeah, no, I was like, just like you said, like I was very surprised, like with this whole trade right
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Definitely a dub for the Cavs. The Hawks, very confusing from their perspective. I don't really know what direction they want to go.
I thought they were going to go the heavily wing oriented direction with like
Jalen
Johnson, DeAndre Hunter, Ricochet,
Yeah.
even Dyson Daniels. You
Yeah.
know, like I thought they had a pretty decent setup going, but then they go ahead and trade Hunter, who I guess might have not fit the timeline fully, but
I mean,
he was drafted a year before Trae Young.
Yeah.
And now Trae Young is disgruntled. Now he wants out, so I have no idea where he'll end up.
Definitely think Trae Young
in the offseason.
Yeah, Trae Young will be moved.
Yeah, on their end, it was just a very questionable decision.
Definitely.
Devin, how you feeling?
Huh?
How you feeling about the trade?
Yeah, no, it's an A for the Cavs, right? That shit's really crazy. Like that, I saw that too, and I was probably pretty I was shocked like you were, bro. I was like, because obviously Kings fans probably wanted DeAndre. Every fan and every team wanted DeAndre Hunter, and then just to see the Cavs get him, they're probably gonna go to the finals, and then
Damn.
like you said, Hawks.
That'd be sick.
Probably.
Hawks,
Yeah.
it is what it is. They probably going to end up trading Trae in the offseason, or he going to walk,
They don't even
We'll
have their
see.
pick this year.
Yeah.
So
So,
just tanking for the
Dude,
tank.
what are they doing, man?
for the
What-
love of the game, bro.
Love of the game at this point.
for the
They're
love
just
of,
having fun.
for the love of the tank. Okay,
Someone's
well,
controlling them on TV.
just fucking them up.
Just accepting every
yeah.
CD you offered.
Well, Bogdanovich got traded
Oh, yeah.
to the LA Clippers
Dude, honestly-
for Terrence Mann and Bones Highland, who Bones Highland got released.
Honestly, that's dope.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Shout out
like,
Bogi.
I'm hyped for Bogi.
Yeah, same.
Like,
Yeah,
I want to
same.
see him succeed. I want to see him in a good organization.
Yeah.
One of my favorite players on the Kings. Like, not
Should
gonna
have
lie.
fucking said fuck it, traded for him back.
Honestly,
Dude,
Honestly.
what is
I would not have been mad about
Solid
that.
Same.
defender too.
Yeah.
I would not have been mad
Yeah.
if
Average,
Bogi came back here.
Average.
But no, I'm giving the Clippers like probably a BP plus on this.
I mean, Terrence Mann was good
Terrence Mann was good.
was
That's
actually
that's
out of the
a
rotation.
yeah.
this year. He was out of the rotation. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Before that, he had some big games. For them.
Yeah.
But
The Jazz in
Yeah.
22.
Yeah, against Rudy, they put Rudy on him,
Yeah.
and he had like
But-
40. Did he have 40?
He had like
39?
35,
Yeah,
something like
crazy.
Well, yeah, and then they also picked up. I mean, second-round picks aren't nothing but 3 second-round picks. That's
Yeah,
draft
and I
capital,
mean,
at
the
least for
recent years
a
with how
rebuilding
much-
team. That's a
yeah,
Yeah, how much talent is in the draft
Exactly,
nowadays.
yeah.
True.
Seconds are
that's what I'm
somewhat
saying. Yeah.
valuable.
yeah. Okay, well, the last big trade that happened was the Kings got Jake LaRavia, 44% from 3. Hopefully he keeps that up here in sack.
Nah, the Kings jersey.
Yeah, we need it. But hit some damn threes for us.
They need to change that, Jake.
Love the pickup though. The Wizards got Marcus Smart, Colby Jones, Alex Len, and a first round pick from Memphis. I want to say, definitely not from us. But
No.
Wizards, getting Marcus Smart as a vet. Colby Jones. What if Colby Jones develops into an all-star over there?
Oh, I'm gonna
I'm
be
just
pissed.
kidding. It's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen. But I'm
Shout out to our boy Colby. Shout out to Alex Len.
gotta
Thank
give
you
him
for your
love.
service.
Gotta give him love.
But happy to see you go.
yeah.
Crazy.
Grizzlies got Marvin Bagley and Johnny Davis.
Shout out Marvin Bagley.
What are the Memphis Grizzlies
Drafted before
doing?
Luka.
Shout out to our boy Marv. Man.
Shout out Marv.
Shout out Marv.
They both got traded though. So
Yeah.
I don't know. They already have some great big men in Memphis.
Memphis definitely had a horrible trade deadline. They should have got
Like,
Cam Johnson. They should have got someone else.
They had
I don't know what they were doing.
such a deep rotation.
Yeah.
And I understood they needed to condense it.
Yeah.
But this is not the way to go about it.
Yeah, they
Like,
could have got someone
You
a lot better.
easily could have put together LaRavia and Smart for somebody like a Cam Johnson.
Exactly.
Because they make similar contracts, I think.
Or even
so
DeAndre Hunter. That would have been perfect
even
for them.
that, yeah.
Dude,
I
I
mean,
feel-
because that's what they're lacking.
Yeah.
Is a wing.
I feel so bad for all the people that just got sent to Washington right now.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I know.
like all the people that got sent
Marcus
there.
Middleton, next duo.
yeah, yeah.
All the people that got sent there, I'm just like, damn, they didn't get any better.
Yeah.
Like, at all.
Hey,
Like,
they
nothing.
want to
They
lose.
about
They
to
just want
cook,
some
bro.
hits in
Yeah.
there.
they're about to cook
They
next
about to
year.
cook.
Jordan Poole.
Hey, Jordan Poole had
crazy,
45
bro.
last night. 45 career high, and they lost.
And they lost.
And they lost.
Perfect
yeah.
tank.
Perfect tank. That's exactly what you want from Jordan Poole. Okay, well, some smaller trades. Oh, actually, what are we grading this from the Kings' perspective? I'm giving it an A motherfucking plus.
A+.
Well, I don't know, because we can't re-sign Jake LaRavia to more than like $5 million, which sucks,
Because he's going to probably...
because he could probably get
He's probably
more.
going to want more.
Hopefully we can re-sign him.
I think
I'm praying we do.
I think we can try and re-sign him.
Just
But
depends
only
on the
we can
rest
only
of
offer him $5 million.
Just depends on the rest of the year.
Weird, like,
has-
What's
thing
his
on there.
contract right now?
Stat
$5
wise,
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause
like
he
You
we
can only
just
offer him,
mentioned?
yeah.
Okay.
Memphis didn't
Extend
accept
him.
his option.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, damn. I'm not going to give it an A+, then I'll give it like an A.
Yeah. And it was funny to see Marvin Bagley in another Kings trade. I was scared we were going to get him again. I saw that. I was like, no, please,
No
please,
way.
no. Not these nightmares again.
That'd be fair.
It's so crazy.
He's
bro.
so mad.
Deb, for you, what are you grading this
Yeah.
Kings perspective?
Yeah, no, I'll give it an A too.
Yeah.
I mean, they really just hopped in there like it was just announced like as a Wizard and Grizzlies trade at first, I think, and
Yeah.
then it came out that Kings hopped in there for
Yeah.
Alex Len, Colby, and a second. I
Yeah.
think they sent a second.
Dude, the trade deadline, I got a notification that said the trade deadline is over.
Yeah.
And
And
then
then
you got the trade.
1 minute later, it said the Kings get Jake LaRavia. I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit, buzzer beater move. So, a solid move.
So
Jackson,
good
yeah.
hop in on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Jackson, from the Kings' perspective, do you think LaRavia is going to change this team a little bit?
gives him wing depth.
Yeah.
6'8" wing. I mean, he can shoot the ball 40% from three. I also was looking up a stat. His last 10 games, he's averaged like 2 steals.
Okay.
So
Need that.
he does play decent defense.
Yeah.
So even if it's average, that still is an upgrade over
What they were playing.
Who were they
other
playing?
people on
Yeah.
that team.
Yeah.
Who was playing Keegan's backup, bro?
Okay, well, this is also something I wanted to
Doug
bring up.
McDermott, bro.
Oh, yeah, Dougie McNuggets.
So a definite upgrade defensively.
Definite
Yeah.
Hey,
upgrade.
got him
Big.
and kept Doug McDermott. Come on,
But
Keegan.
now we also have a solid bench now. We have
Yeah.
Keon off the bench. We got Jonas. We got Jake LaRavia. And then we got Trey Lyles. I think that's
Yeah.
our 4 guys off the bench. I think Devin Carter might start seeing some DNPs, if I'm being honest. He's
Right.
not.
He
He's
Should
not.
be in the G League. He needs
Damn.
to develop.
He went off his 1 game in the G League.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
I kind of agree
honestly,
with that. He might need to go
Yeah,
back down.
I agree
Yeah.
too. I
Maybe
agree
for the
too.
rest of the season. Or
Damn, shipping his ass
Or at
to
least-
Stockton.
I'll be willing
least
to
more
low-key
frequently.
call that a bad
Yeah.
pick just because he needs time and we don't have that time.
He
to
shouldn't
give
even
him.
need time because he played in college for 3 years.
I mean, but he did-
Dude shouldn't need
I'm a
time.
little scared. I'm a little scared
Yeah,
on this guy.
It is a
Yeah.
tough
Yeah.
pick, you know, picking
been-
guards in the first round.
And we
for
could have
you.
drafted Dalton Connect.
Could have got Dalton. Could have got Khalil Ware.
Connect would have helped the Kings out a lot.
Could have got Tristan De Silva. Man,
Silva's
De Silva was the
Underrated.
guy. De
He's
Silva was
underrated,
my
yeah.
guy who I was pushing them to get.
Yeah.
Devin Carter just fell in the draft. Everyone thought he was going to go top 10, and then obviously he didn't have some good draft
Was it
workouts
injury,
or
wasn't
something.
it?
Yeah, his
Yeah.
injury.
Yeah.
Then they fell to 13, and we couldn't pass up. So.
They need to get you in the draft room, bruh. They
Me?
need to get us in the draft.
Oh gosh, yeah, I'm ready.
Shout out Tyler for asking those bomb questions.
Thank you.
To Zach LaVine.
You
like that? Yeah,
That was a
Young
great
Hollywood.
interview from Tyler there.
Thank you, man. I
Coming in clutch.
appreciate that.
Yeah, no, that big news for Tyler.
Yeah. Shout out Young Hollywood, man, my boy.
Shout out Young
My
Hollywood.
boy.
Dude, he loved that question.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
down with it.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, that's crazy." Dude, he talks so funny. Oh, I love Zach LaVine.
Yeah. And he bro, okay. It was so funny when after I asked it and then he looked at Monty and
Yeah.
that was the richest laugh I've ever heard in my life from Zach and Monty. They were they did the rich laugh. You could just tell they had money. Yeah. I don't know why. It
What
just
those
made me
fucking
think.
buffs he was wearing, bro.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
this dude.
You could tell he's got that fucking max contract before.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, well, I guess we can take a short break to make
Take a
sure
little
everything's
break.
good and we'll be back in a couple. Beam City.
Cheers.
All right, we are back on Beam City Sports here at the. Okay. We're back at the Beam City Sports Bar. We're keeping that in, Dev. We're keeping that in.
Hopefully not the first one.
Definitely not the first part. But okay, we're gonna jump into the rest of these trades that went around the NBA just very quickly. Of course, there's a plane flying now. Well, it doesn't matter for this trade. Yusuf Nurkic is going to the Charlotte Hornets for Cody Martin. That's someone who I was big on the
Yusuf
Kings getting
And a first.
and a first.
It was just to offload the contract. I mean,
Yeah.
Smart move, both ends. Offload Nurkic. Got Cody Martin. He's solid. That's pretty much it.
I just don't love Nurkic in Charlotte because they're already so
They don't have a center.
they don't have a center, and that is not the answer. But I mean, they got a pick out of it.
Yeah,
So
I'm not ready for
I'm not
LaMelo to
mad.
Nurkic lobs,
Oh
bro.
my God, no! Nurkic is gonna take sidestep threes over there in Charlotte and just be horrible.
Yeah, no,
But Cody Martin though, a big piece for Phoenix. I wanted the Kings to get him really bad. So shout out to Cody. Good pickup for them. I'm giving the Suns an A minus.
Just because of offloading.
Just because of getting rid of Nurkic.
Yeah.
Ass contract.
I never really liked Nurkic.
Does anyone?
I don't know.
He's
I don't think-
buns. He's buns.
Yeah, he's buns. He's buns.
just.
He not nice.
He's
He
not.
buns.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Well. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't know if you
Okay.
guys saw it or not.
I didn't see anything.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Well, Dallas got Caleb Martin, the brother of Cody, for Quentin Grimes. So interesting move for them. I thought Quentin Grimes was playing really good this year, and
Yeah.
now he's going to Philly. Caleb Martin going to Dallas. How do we feel?
I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Caleb won't be in Dallas after this year. I don't
He's
know.
out for the 4 weeks, too.
Oh,
Damn.
Or 2 or 3 weeks because of an injury. So
Damn.
it was
So-
kind of just like Grimes is younger, better shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, more time to develop, too. I
Sure.
feel like he would be a better option. But
I don't know. It just.
hey, Nico Harrison on a generational run right now.
They're going for Whitnam again.
I don't know. To me, it seemed like Caleb didn't want to be in Dallas at all. So it seemed like he was pretty pissed to be there.
Really?
Just what I saw. It
He just signed a contract this last summer
Yeah.
in Philly.
exactly.
So, I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's a good playoff performer, so that's what Dallas is
Yeah.
banking on. In Miami, he was always so good in the playoffs, so we'll see. Boston traded Jaden Springer, who was my ICU pick, I think, last week. Man, crazy to see him get traded for just a second-round pick to the Rockets, and then the Rockets released him. So
Future
Jaden Springer's on the market, rumored to be picking up by the Lakers. So
The Lakers always are rumored to pick up.
yeah,
anybody.
but this guy
Okay, but
is
It's
solid.
like-
hey, after the
Luka
Luka trade,
Dončić.
Yeah. Now we can't say shit. We can't say shit about the Lakers rumored anything now because they fucking got Luka Dončić. So it's like, god damn, no one expected that. But man, it's crazy. Jaden Springer, I'm very high on him. So I don't know why Boston did this. I think he fit good over there. Something
Yeah.
they kind of needed. A young energy off the bench.
A team will get him.
Yeah,
he
someone's gonna
still
do that.
has very good defensive potential.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
Offensively, I mean, that can develop.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the Knicks traded Jericho Sims to the Milwaukee Bucks as part of the Kuzma Middleton deal, and the Knicks got DeLon Wright. I like DeLon Wright.
it's a good pickup.
Yeah, I like
King
DeLon
legend
Wright.
right there.
King's legend for
Yeah.
about half a season. Well, Jericho Sims going to the Bucks. Do we think he's going to play minutes? Taking some Brook Lopez minutes because he's a very athletic big and he
Tough
might
to
be
say.
something what they need.
Actually, yeah, I see it happening. 'cause
Yeah.
Brooke is old. Brooke is old. He has developed his game to a crazy game. Like, he's
3-point shooter.
He's
only.
adapted
Yeah.
Amazingly to the
Great
game.
word for that, yeah.
But it's really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Just seeing him stand outside a 7'1", something like that.
Yeah.
And they don't have anybody to rebound when Giannis is out. So watching them play, I get pissed for Bucks fans because I'm just like, get the fuck on low.
I mean,
Just crazy because his low post game is still really good.
Yeah,
it is.
He just
Exactly.
never does it.
When Giannis
Yeah.
doesn't play, he will go in that damn post and get you 25.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's also the Brooklyn Nets all-time leading scorer. Did you guys know that?
Who?
Brooke Lopez. Who?
Who?
Brooke Lopez, the guy we were just talking
Hey,
about.
he
He's
was
a
nice,
fucking-
bro.
he's-
He was nice over there.
Hey,
Yeah.
one of the top 5 centers of the 2010s.
No, definitely.
He
He
was
was
crazy
he was
nice,
really good
bro.
at Brooklyn.
Shout out Al Jefferson.
Yep. Oh man,
Al Jefferson.
crazy pull, crazy pull. Well, the Clippers traded Kevin Porter Jr. to the Milwaukee Bucks for Marjon Beauchamp. I like this pickup for the Bucks. Kevin Porter Jr. has been hooping this year. I'm kind of interested why the Clippers moved off him. I think he was a great fit over there, but Kevin Porter Jr. is a hooper, man. So
Yeah, I was interested by that. I don't know. That whole Clippers team has been balling, so it's weird to see them change stuff up right now.
Yeah,
The Bucks did need a little more bench production, so I guess KPJ makes sense. But
definitely makes sense for them.
Beauchamp, who was supposed to take a leap this year or last year, didn't. And he's just I think he's just going to be phased out of the league pretty soon.
Damn.
Which really sucks because he's young. And he's, I think you're drafted 2 years ago, but he just hasn't shown any type of, consistency.
That's a great point.
Or any type of, this
That's
guy
rough.
could be a rotation player.
He's got the NBA body, though. I mean, he's athletic. I think he can. I think he might stay in the league for, hopefully, show something in LA. A couple more years, give him a chance. But yeah, Marjon Beauchamp going to the Clippers. Any more on these trades? That was every trade besides James Wiseman going to the Raptors. He's out for the year. So
Isn't he waived now, too?
he got waived. Okay,
think
it's
so.
hard to keep up.
I
with
don't
him.
know for sure, but I was
Seeing James Wiseman fall off like that just is sad.
Man, him
I
and
was
Marvin,
so
man.
high on him coming
Yeah.
out of Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis.
For 3 games.
Yeah, he played 3 games and got
Something
picked
like that.
second overall. So
That-
3 games?
3 games in college.
Then he got suspended.
You know what's crazy? Kyrie played maybe 10 games and he got picked number 1 overall. But
Wow.
that's Kyrie.
That makes sense.
Damn.
James Wiseman, though,
Kyrie
How do you
also
only
won
play
Rookie of the
3
Year.
games
huh?
and get
Yeah.
drafted second overall?
because the Warriors were banking on him as the
They wanted
center of the
fit.
future. Yeah.
They didn't go for 10.
They didn't get LaMelo Ball.
Then
They
yes,
got. And
it's
now the
insane.
Warriors would fucking love to have LaMelo
Could
Ball.
have had LaMelo and Jordan Poole, bro.
That would have been sick.
I don't know about that.
heinous
Would've been
shot
fun to watch,
selection
dude.
would have been so fun.
It would have been the worst.
Draymond, just go get the board, bro. They're
Yes.
pulling, bro.
Get the rebound. He would have punched
Pulling, bro.
Draymond would have punched both of them.
Oh, God. That's hilarious.
I want
Okay.
Iguodala.
Okay, well, before we jump into the sad part of the show, going over the Kings' 2 back-to-back losses, we should go to
Mitchell's Man of the Week. I will say this guy is not a super loved guy here in SAC just
Uh-oh.
because of last
You've
year.
been doing that lately.
Yeah, but I just gotta show respect.
What you mean
to the
last
players around the
year?
league.
Respect.
HB?
It's a man from out in Minnesota, Nas Reed.
Yeah.
yeah,
Over the
Nas
last
Reed.
3 games, 22 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. All per game. And then also shooting, 41% from 3 and 49% overall. Nas Reed is a sleeper. He's a sleeper agent out there. He will go off unexpectedly, especially right now with Julius Randle out. He's stepping up. Obviously, a lot of people clown Julius Randle and him
Rightfully
as a
so.
player, but he does make an effect on offense. He scores buckets. I did say before that they're empty buckets, but he still gets them in. And with Nas Reed, he kind of reminds me of kind of reminds me of Chris Webber in a way. Just the way he plays. It's a hard, gritty way, just getting down low, and then makes a 3 every quite a bit actually. But no, I like Nas Reed right now. Just gotta
Yeah,
respect it.
I like that pick. He's honestly better than Julius Randle.
Yeah,
right now.
currently,
He's
yes.
better.
He's better.
He's better.
I agree.
He is
He's
better.
definitely better than Julius Randle, and I
Yeah.
think Minnesota should keep him in the starting lineup next to Rudy Gobert and bring Julius off the bench.
Yeah, 100%.
Even though the ego might get in the way a little bit, but Naz Reid is just flat out better.
It's like him and Malik kind of did the same thing, like 6-man last year.
And now they're
both
to start
right now.
Yeah.
It's I always kind of have hated on him just because every time he plays against Zach, he goes off.
Man.
Dude, he hit fucking 12 threes in the first quarter the other night, bro.
So, yeah, no, he dropped 30 on us.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that was rough, but we still beat him, so that was good.
Yeah.
And that was our first game without Deandre. And no Zach that game, so that was kind of weird.
That was, yeah.
But yeah, Naz Reid, Mitchell's man of the week.
I like it. Okay, well, we can move on to Ty's take of the week. Kind of a crazy one this week. Maybe some recency bias, maybe some pain talking in this sentence, but I'm gonna say Stephon Castle is going to be better than De'Aaron Fox in his career. He's going to have a better career than De'Aaron Fox. I think he's going to end up being the number 2 on that San Antonio team in about 4 years. I mean, he had a career high 33 points last game. He's a better, I don't know about better defender, but around the same, they're very good on the defensive end. He reminds me of Drew Holiday a lot. I've been saying that all year, but I think him and Wemby are going to be the 1 and 2, and maybe De'Aaron might have to take a back seat in the future. Obviously not this year or next year. De'Aaron is a star in the league. But, down the line, I think Stephon Castle is going to be known as being better than De'Aaron Fox, which is crazy to say.
I think learning
That's kind of wild to say.
It's kind of wild to say.
I disagree.
The pain might be talking a little bit, but...
I disagree.
Okay.
You're in grief right now.
Valid disagreement
I have
there.
the 5 stages of grief pulled up right now.
Denial.
Bargaining right now. You're
Bargaining.
That's a good point.
A way to make deals with yourself or a higher power and hope that things will turn out differently.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sell my
Next
soul to
step,
get De'Aaron
depression.
Fox.
Or no, actually, I think actually right now you're in anger still.
Yeah.
A way to feel more in control of the
I'm
situation.
definitely pissed.
You're definitely in anger right now.
Hey, you see, we got the new Zach LaVine jerseys up, though. Shout out to our new boy, Young Hollywood. Got the De'Aaron jerseys out of here, shipped out.
Yeah, they're definitely not.
I still love you, man.
I still
but
love you.
I'm hurt.
He's just.
Hey, I still love her.
Yeah, I mean, no.
I have no hatred.
Yeah. I'm not rooting for the Spurs to win any games though. Yesterday I watched the end of the Hornets versus Spurs game, and I've never rooted for the Hornets harder in my life than I did yesterday. I was hate watching, and De'Aaron was fucking cooking in the fourth quarter, so it was really hard to watch. But the Hornets won, so I was hyped.
Yeah.
I'm just not even gonna bother myself with doing that, bro. I'm not ever watching any Spurs
I don't think
games.
I'm gonna
It's
watch
hard to
Spurs games.
Predictions for Spurs versus Kings when they come to sack.
gonna be a
Malik's
movie.
dropping 50.
Malik dropping 50.
It's gonna be a movie, dude.
Keegan dunking on Fox.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wemby might go off. Not gonna lie.
What?
But-
I mean, it's going to be more of a De'Aaron game.
I don't know, we'll probably
He's
lose.
going to, yeah. What? Chill.
He'll probably
Chill with
lose.
that.
Be
Chill
realistic.
with that. No.
Nah, it's gonna be a tough game, dude. That's game.
Nah, it'll be a fun game.
The
If they're
crowd-
playing good, it'll be a fun game.
Crowd will be.
It'll be interesting.
It's gonna be a
'Cause-
50-50 crowd.
Yeah,
for
it'll be a lot of
100%.
boos, a lot of cheers
Yeah.
for him.
Man, I don't
It's
know. I'll definitely cheer in the tribute video. He did so much for Sac.
Yeah.
Almost 8 years here. Had the city in his palm of his hand. And he decided he didn't want to stay. So once the game starts, booing the hell out of him.
I don't think he's. I don't know. We're talking about it without some context. It's not that he didn't want to stay.
Okay.
There's
yeah.
more context.
Okay, well, let's look to our guy, Dev, for Dev's rant.
What?
You know a lot about this De'Aaron,
Nah.
with Mike Brown, the firing. Get into it. Get in your bag. Hop in the Duffy. Dev. Get in Dev's rant bag. Let's go.
My rant was about Steph Curry, bro.
No. Rant, we need a De'Aaron Fox on the Mike Brown firing and all that.
Well-
give us some updates.
I don't know. A lot of people that are on radio in Sacramento and still in contact with De'Aaron were
Carmichael Dave. Shout out Carmichael Dave.
Shout out.
Damian Barling, Sacktown Sports. They
Yes, sir.
He is
I
not
think he
Sacktown
kind of
Sports.
posted, or no, he's not. He's ESPN.
1140.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, whatever.
Shout out
Whatever.
He said something like
Yes, man.
he put out like a little like emoji like snake in the grass type of tweet,
Yeah.
and I think that's what De'Aaron first responded to, and then so they had a conversation and kind of cleared the air because there was a lot of like hating your ex going on type stuff. So I think what was said originally was they were originally hesitant to extend Mike Brown in the summer, and De'Aaron came out and said, not publicly obviously, but told the front office that he's not going to play for another coach, and if he is, it's going to be on another team.
Damn.
And So
he didn't want to play for another coach besides Mike Brown.
Yeah, exactly. So he wanted that stability. He obviously pushed for Mike Brown to get that extension, and then he said, quoting him, they said,
Go off.
once Mike Brown got fired, De'Aaron said destiny was kind of written after that, which does suck because, like you said, they did, go off and win seven in a row.
Yeah.
And
But,
then you still want out?
His decision was kind of already made because
I gotta chill.
6
I gotta
different
joke.
coaches in 8 years, whatever it was, that sucks, all that. And, he did set that they could have went out, got Valančiūnas for 2 seconds last year and, at least made the effort. But, it kind of sucks to see them making the effort now after he's gone. But that was just kind of like, they kind of just wanted to clear the air because there was a lot of animosity towards De'Aaron Fox between Kings fans, and they kind of didn't want that because, he was here for 8 years and, our best player for most of those years, for probably every year except this year and last year. And he was the best player that playoff year, so it just sucks. And they kind of didn't want any fans to have any ill feelings towards him. And I know some do, and it'll take a while to get over that. But, I think I'm kind of over it. I just want to see good Kings wins, bruh. And, it sucks it has to be without the guy who we rooted for the last 8 years. But, yeah, that was kind of my rant. It's just kind of a little context to add to it because he wanted to retire. Him saying that is completely true, but also saying that he wasn't going to play for another coach besides Mike Brown is true too.
And then also, when Rich Paul came forward and said that we prefer the Spurs, that was after teams had called the Kings and Rich Paul about, teams who called the Kings and said, hey, like, what's up with De'Aaron? So then when the Kings went to Rich Paul and De'Aaron about those calls, they said our preferred place is San Antonio. So it wasn't really like De'Aaron requesting a trade. It was more, if you guys do trade me, I want to go to San Antonio. And that's,
You know what pisses me off about that is that I don't care that happened behind the scenes. Why the hell did it have to get out to the whole media and every other team in the league? Like, bro, the Lakers just traded for fucking Luka Dončić and no one heard a damn thing about it. And now De'Aaron is getting a whole week of people saying, oh, he's going to go in San Antonio, and everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. So it's just, if the Lakers can keep a fucking Luka deal under the table and the Kings can't, I don't know if I'm blaming the Kings for it, more so Rich Paul, but
I'm blaming Rich Paul.
Yeah, I'm blaming Rich Paul, definitely, for letting it get out there. But, like, I don't know.
The thing with the Luka deals, Luka and his agent didn't know.
Yeah.
So that's if Luka's agent knew, it would have gotten out. That's what happens. The agent knows, and they tell him the media.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
Oh, also,
Yeah, go off.
they this is from Carmichael Dave. He said they wanted Mike Brown to fire a couple of his coaches on the coaching staff, and that was kind of why he got pushed out. And obviously we know it wasn't Doug Christie, so he didn't mention any names, but we kind of all assumed. But that was also another reason, and I guess him not doing that. I don't know. Like Jackson brought up earlier off the show, like they're literally the front office. They can do whatever they want. They don't need the head coach to go and fire his staff. So, just some Kang shit.
Some food for your thought.
So are the assistants still on the team?
Yeah. That's why he didn't want to mention the names because they're still on the team.
Yeah, crazy that happened, man. So we started the podcast in the summer. This is our first full year of Kings basketball, and it has been the most insane year of Kings basketball in my life, for sure. We fired Mike Brown. We go on a 7-game win streak, and then all this De'Aaron stuff. It's just been the craziest year of Kings basketball in my life. So it's good that we have this podcast this year.
Do you think
good year to start?
Do you think if they wouldn't have fired Mike Brown and we were just like low-key asked this year that he would have played the next year? Because also him, I think, knowing that this year he's probably not going to be able to get that All-NBA, so like I don't think he really cared about that because he knew that after he started, after he missed a couple games and then started that other finger injury, he started to kind of fall off a little bit. Around the time he usually does. We've seen it the last couple of years, but right before the All-Star break. But do you think he would still be here if they didn't fucking fire Mike Brown and we were just kind of booty?
Yeah.
It's tough to say.
And played that next year?
I don't. I don't.
I think he would have been here till the end of the season.
And then in the offseason requested a trade.
I think they also said
he would have actually requested a trade in the offseason if Mike Brown was still here for the rest of the year.
They also said
a trade.
once all that shit got out, De'Aaron said he thought he was getting traded at the end of the season. He was
Yeah.
like, once all that shit came out, he was like, okay, so at the end of the season, I'm going to get traded. I
Yeah.
don't think he expected it until talks really did heat up the day before that he was going to get traded, like, right now.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
So it's tough times here in Sacramento,
Tough
man.
times.
Hey, but we're going to get some dubs, bro.
We gotta get
Start
together.
tonight,
Gotta
baby.
get together after All-Star break or during
Get
All-Star
some
break.
practices in, get some runs.
What's the last game before All-Star break?
That's a
Be
good question.
Thursday games.
Yeah,
I think
you
it's
think?
Friday night or maybe Wednesday because Friday is the Rising Stars.
Yeah, it's Thursday the 13th against the
Yeah.
Pelicans. So we have
Play the Pelicans twice in the next
4
week.
games.
Yep.
3 times in the next.
Whoa.
We play the Pelicans, then we play the Mavs. Fuck. Then we play the
We play
Pelicans, and then we play the
back-to-back.
Pelicans.
They're back-to-back in New
Jesus.
Orleans. 12.
Well,
to
hopefully it's
13.
a flip of last year and we sweep the Pelicans this year.
Yeah.
Because we beat them once already.
Beat 'em
so
once.
We can go
Yeah.
4-0 against them. That'd be big. All right, well, we can move on to ICU. This week, I'm going with 2 people. One from Detroit last night, no Cade Cunningham, and a fully healthy 76ers team, besides Jared McCain, of course. And the Pistons beat the 76ers very easily. They were blowing them out all game because of Malik Beasley. He had 36 points. 36 points for Malik Beasley. Spot-up shooter, having a career year in Detroit. Shout out to my boy Malik. Doing his dances every time he hits 3. Fun to watch him out there.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, he's nice.
He's doing the dances.
Yeah, he's nice.
Look at
He
all
couldn't
that.
shoot in LA.
Couldn't do that 2 years ago.
Couldn't shoot it. Lick in
Couldn't do that
LA.
in the playoffs?
That's for sure. Well, belt to ass last night for Detroit against 76ers.
Yeah.
Another guy for me is Mo Gay from the Atlanta Hawks. Big man. I don't know if you guys have heard of him, but he had 15 and 12 last night.
Why are you laughing
What's his
at
name?
him?
Mo Gay.
Why are you
Not
laughing?
spelled the same as Rudy. It's Gueye. So that's how you pronounce it, though.
Okay.
Mo Gay.
Yeah, Mo
Give me
Gay.
some Mo Gay.
Yeah, he's a bucket. Not a. I mean, he's dunking the ball. That's how he got his 15 last night. Is dunking the ball, but he's in the right
Reese.
spot at the right time. So shout out to
Hey, Angel Reese. Sorry.
her highlights are crazy.
Generational.
It's not gonna-
Generational highlights. Any other picks for ICU? If anyone can come up with one,
I was going to shout out Kessler Edwards getting the start against the Celtics the other day.
because they had fucking no one.
And I was just watching the game in Vegas, and I
You're like, oh shit.
was like, "Hey, Kessler
What's
Edwards,
his final stats?
3-3-3."
Hey, shout out Kessler. Legacy,
Hey,
Shout out
need that.
Kessler.
legacy game. Anyone else? Jackson?
Max Christie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a great
I,
pick. It's a good pick.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always going for that guy. He's was a second rounder a few years ago. Darvin Ham really stunted his growth those first couple of years, but
Shout out
this
Darv.
year he's had
Undefeated in the in-season tournament.
Yeah.
this
Shout out
year
Darv.
this year he's had like 15 or not 10, 15 plus point games, and has had 3 in a row since been in Dallas. Had
Yeah.
21 today,
Damn.
and was honestly the guy late game for them today that
Yeah.
was scoring all the points. He had a big time 3 to put him up by 9.
Yeah.
I just think he's going to be a really, really good 3-and-D player for the next 10, 12 years.
Yeah, he just
Super
went
high.
crazy for sure.
Super high on Max
Yeah, he
Christie,
knows.
and they said something on the broadcast that he didn't have any 15-point games before this year, and now he
Career
has
high was 12.
now he has
Yeah.
10. So crazy year for Max Christie. He's gonna ball out there in Dallas for sure. Well, we can move on to our Sacramento Kings losing back-to-back games against Portland.
Yeah, do we have to talk about this?
We
shit?
can be really quick on it. I think we stuck with the zone too much against both teams, honestly, and especially against Orlando. Those guys were just getting to the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
Franz and Paolo fucking cooking us all night. Especially Franz, man. He's a freaking
Franz.
bucket.
I
And
don't know.
Boy,
I
but
don't
that
think
shit
we'll-
sucked.
We'll never
Yeah.
beat Orlando at home ever again as long as we play in Golden One because they shoot about 100% on threes.
Dude,
every
and
time
they were
come
they were
down.
one of the worst shooting. Yeah.
They were having so much fun. It pissed me off.
And they were 1-9 in their last 10 before the Kings game. So I
Yeah.
was like I was optimistic. I was like, okay, this is the night. We can
Yeah.
beat Orlando. And no, of course they get their confidence back going against the Kings, which seems to happen a lot.
Franz was talking to the bench and
Yeah,
shit.
Franz cooking us. Well, the Portland game, the only bright spot to me was Jonas Valančiūnas minutes.
Yeah.
Sure.
17 minutes, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, great screens. I just loved his
Yeah,
effort
big
out there,
body,
man.
man.
Yeah, it's huge body. Almost 7 foot and like almost 300 pounds. So fucking
I like
insane.
watching him throw the ball hella high. And
Yeah,
just-
his pump fake is crazy too. Do
pretty
you guys like his
fucking
pump fake?
Yeah.
He fully goes up into his shot. It's one of the best pump fakes in the league. But Zach LaVine he had 22 points, 8 of 19 from the field, 3 of 9 from 3.
Got to chill on some of those shots, man.
I mean, him and DeMar are F shot quality. Dev told me this last week. They both have. It's known. It's in the stats. Their shot quality is both F.
Yeah,
so,
no, they
Zach LaVine shoots about 40% on those shot attempts.
So,
that are Fs,
I mean, they make them, but
yeah. They've
Make
always
'em,
been
but-
tough shot makers.
yeah, for sure.
It's just our play style is not Zach LaVine's play style right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like we need him to kind of take a step back and
come off the bench.
no, dude.
But then,
So you want DeMar and Zach LaVine to come up bench?
But we
Start
need
Trey
Keon.
Lyles.
You
No,
want them on the bench too?
One of them. And not even like for the whole time. Like let Zach LaVine get a couple
For
games.
minutes.
Huh?
Just come,
Let him get a couple
let him come off
games,
the
let him
bench
get
for a minute.
adjusted to the offense, and then put him back in the starting lineup. But I just think
No,
that it's going to be
definitely not.
really tough defensively if the
Yeah.
offense is going to look like that with LaVine, DeRozan, and Monk on your perimeter.
yeah, I feel like we're playing too slow. We need to let Malik run the show and play fast and get Zach LaVine out in transition.
Also, why Levine was so good
Yeah.
with Chicago in that 2022 year is because they ran fast. That's why Lonzo was good with them because he always pushed the pace. like you
Lonzo
said.
gets the rebound and fucking throws it up every
Lonzo,
time. So that's-
Caruso, Levine, they always push the ball. So that's why Levine always had that year. He had like 28 a game.
Yeah, and DeMar is not a guy who wants to play fast, but that honestly isn't bad because then when the offense slows down, he's someone we can get the ball to.
Exactly.
Yeah, like in a half
Hit a
court
tough
setting.
shot. Yeah, he's better in the half court. Zach LaVine, we need to get him out running. Get some fast break dunks. He's missed a couple dunks, got fouled on a couple, but did you guys see at the end of
He almost brought us back in the Portland game.
the end of the Portland game, he fucking dunked on Kamara with 1 second left.
Oh, yeah,
and then was talking to the bench. That was
did see that.
that blew me away. I did not think he was about to do that. But I mean,
Bro
it
was
didn't
talking
matter.
hella shit to the bench after too. We still lost the game.
I know.
It
He
was
had to get his talk
There
off.
was 13 seconds.
Yeah. Well,
He really fucking dude. That actually made me laugh so hard.
yeah. I did not expect him to dunk that. Well, Tamani Kamara, my pick for ICU last week, was the difference in this game. He had 4 points and 14 rebounds.
Yeah.
Just dominating on the offensive glass, making things happen. Also,
Sabonis
Anthony,
being held to 10 points was
not
fucking
good.
huge.
Not good.
He fouled out, right?
Yeah, Domas fouled out.
Yeah.
And then we put Jonas in the game. Immediately, they run that high pick and roll for Anthony Simons, and Jonas is sitting in the paint, fucking wide open three, and that was the dagger right there.
Yep.
And then Doug took Jonas out right away. Said, Trey Lyles, get your ass in there.
That's where the repetitive.
That's
comes
where,
in.
yeah, not stepping up on screens.
A Robert Williams type of guy. Anybody somewhat mobile.
Yeah, catch that screen and play up on it. Because then somebody, Keegan Murray, whoever was in it, Simon could have
Yeah. And Keegan, I'm pretty sure he was guarding Anthony there, and he did not fight over the screen at all, which was very disappointing to me. Jonas isn't going to step up, and you need to fight over that screen. Anthony had 30 points, 8 of 12 from 3. Sidestep 3 on DeMar for the real dagger. Man, he fucking killed us, man. He's so good. He's so good.
Also, Keon definitely should have been in the first lineup of this game. And that's where it's going to get tough. I don't know who for, but they definitely should have had Keon out there in the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to have Keon out there because who do you take out? Malik needs to be on the floor. He's our only playmaker, really. You need to play Zach, obviously.
He's
You
got
need
to be
play DeMar.
shoot.
Keegan's our best wing defender.
If
and
Zach
he lost.
on a shoot, and I mean, honestly, sometimes it might be Zach because DeMar always has the ability to get off in the fourth quarter. So
Yeah,
I feel like Zach LaVine might need to come out sometimes. In
Yeah.
the fourth quarter. And the defensive side, we need Keon for some of those games.
Yeah.
Especially in that close to the game, we need to stop now. And Zach LaVine might need to come out of that because we haven't scored.
And we're not doing it, though. Our offense does not look good over these last 2 games. It doesn't look good at all. Which I think that's just, adjusting. Malik's not comfortable yet.
We have a full.
Zach LaVine's throwing fucking 100-mile-an-hour passes. I think there was a few turnovers where they just weren't ready for the pass. And
Yeah.
they just hit off
Lazy
the
passes too. There was a pass where DeMar threw the ball at Keegan. He was at it. And
Just
it was just sloppy.
They just need some practices
Just sloppy, man.
to look a little bit better, but
Yeah. Well, we got 2 games until the All-Star break.
Yeah, I believe so.
2 games.
should be, or 3 including today, though.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, we got
3
today,
including, or no,
we got
4
the 10th and the 12th
and the
and the
13th.
13th.
So 4 games.
So you go
We-
back to back.
Yeah.
Back to
Pelicans,
back to
12
to
and 13. Yeah.
who were they against?
Mavs and Pelicans.
We play the Pelicans
Three
today.
times.
We play the Mavs on
3-1.
the.
Who
Yeah.
knows, dude? Dallas?
Yeah.
No, we know. We beat them.
You know my prediction. You know what happened last time I predicted, right? I said 5-1. They went 2-4.
Yeah.
5.
So-
So
that road trip really killed us, man. We were talking about it so much about how this is going to affect the year, about how big of a test it was going to be.
Yeah.
And we fucking shit the bed and end up trading Deandre on the road trip. So sad road trip.
Small update on AD. They said it's probably nothing serious. Well, so he should be back soon.
Damn, so he's going to play. Yeah, we're losing that game. 3-1.
Hey. Since against Sabonis have been 3-1. It's pretty fucking good. I won't lie. So
this year the matchup's been good. Last year wasn't that good, but
last year was very one-sided.
Last year or this year AD has been.
And AD gonna be out there with the center. That's gonna be Valančiūnas and almost minutes.
Hey, we might see it. Oh no!
Yes,
no.
That's definitely what they're gonna do. And she's gonna get
Then who do you want, Kyrie?
Keon. Start it. I know.
No, yeah, you're right.
I was get Keon on these guys. I'm not playing.
The league cooked by about 3 minutes. Okay, put Keon in for about 4 minutes, and then just hope we don't get. That's going to be a tough matchup, but I have confidence they'll win the other 3 games.
Any team playing Dallas this year is gonna be tough. Their defense is ridiculous when they're all healthy.
Yeah. Well, anything else on any NBA news before we get into our debate part of the show? I'm very excited for this part.
I should be a judge.
No, you need to get in the Duffy.
I'm going to be coached by there.
Okay, well, we're going with tier 1 players. We're going to start with Luke versus Dev. And me and you are the judges. It's unbiased. Okay. Me and Jackson have to act like we don't know who these players are, and we're just going off what they're saying. And you guys, doesn't matter if you really believe this, you have to argue for your guy. So, Luke, you're going to get the first guy who we spin. So, here we go. Spinning the wheel. Your first guy is Paolo Banchero.
I think I already argued.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, you should know then. All right, Dev. Oh, your guy. Spin the wheel. No, Paolo again. No. Okay. Tatum. Okay. Paolo versus Tatum.
Dude, we did this exact argument.
Okay. Well, respinning. You're not getting Paolo now.
I got
No, it was Tatum. Okay. It was Tatum. Sorry for the viewers. All right, you're getting Giannis. You're getting Jokic. Okay. We will have 1 minute on the timer, and Luke, you can start right now for Giannis.
All right. First things first. The Greek Freak, one of the greatest nicknames of all time. He storms on the court. Nobody can stop him. Nobody can get in his way. And you can build around him easily. You can find players all around the league that want to play for him, that need to play for him. Actually, there's people who Damian Lillard left Portland, left his whole franchise to go play with this man. This man is a guy to lead a team to an NBA championship, multiple, if that, and then also multiple MVPs too. Wins multiple, and it's insane. Coming from Greek, first generational talent from that. Actually not the first, but probably the best Greek player of all time. That's what I'm saying that for sure. And then averages 30 points a game, 12 rebounds, 8 assists, great passer, and he's unstoppable.
Okay. Time. All right. Dev, you're up. Jokic.
Who I got?
You got the Joker.
All right, go ahead.
All right, 3, 2, and 1.
Oh, wait. Where does he go?
Your time starts 3, 2, 1 now.
All right.
Lock in.
Bro got already did, lead his team to an NBA championship.
So did Jonas.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry.
You don't know.
Yeah, shut up, bro.
Go.
He would have had the first, 3 MVPs in a row since who? I don't know the last person to do that, but they gave it to Joe Embiid off courtesy, right? Fuck that shit. He should have had 3, 4 MVPs in a row. Still in MVP conversations, having the best statistical season ever in NBA history. Better than Wilt. Better than even Sabonis this year, crazy.
Let me fact check that.
No, yeah, I'll back that 100%. He's having at least the best of his career off of winning 2 MVPs. So, he's looking like they're gonna at least make another run at it to the Western Conference Finals this year. I believe in him. Am I done?
Okay, time. Okay. All right, 30-second rebuttal, Luke. Starts now.
Fuck me up.
All right. So Giannis did all that already. He already led his team to a championship. Already won MVP. Will probably win another MVP in his career. And then he could do this on any other team as well. Like if he left right now in Milwaukee, he could find another team, bring him up from the dumps. The Brooklyn Nets, if he left to the Brooklyn Nets, he would bring him up from the dumps. He would do anything, like, he would do it better than KD ever did. I mean, but no, Giannis is the greatest player. If I was to pick a player from the NBA right now to go darn, Giannis.
Okay. Dev, 30-second rebuttal. 3, 2, 1.
First of all, Jokic, I forgot to say this. His brothers are the Russian mafia, bro. They'll really get you hit.
The argument.
When Giannis won that chip, I really think he did have a lot to do with it, but he had a lot of help defensively. He had prime Chris Middleton defense, Drew Holiday. Who else did they have? They had one of the Lopez brothers, right? At that time? No, yes, no. Yes, Brooke Lopez, yeah. And then I think the same could be said about Jokic. He's literally averaging a triple-double. I think you could drop him on any other team. He'll be able to do the same thing and lead his team.
This was a fun one. Judging this, you guys both said a lot of irrelevant shit, if I'm being completely honest. I don't know why you guys brought up half the shit you did. You should have brought up Giannis' defense compared to Jokic. Can't believe you didn't bring that up at all.
You should have brought up the whole entire offense is centered around Jokic.
Yeah,
And how are you
We already did these arguments.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I argued something last week, to be honest.
Well, that was the crazy argument back and forth.
What was crazy that I said?
You didn't. It's crazier what you didn't say. Honestly,
Just the
same with Devin though. Not just you. Both
Just
you
the
guys.
defense, though.
I mean, and then the point about Giannis going on any team, making them better was good. But I mean, Dev said Jokic does that too, and that's, I mean, kind of cancels it out. No one can stop Giannis.
Both mentioned their awards.
Yeah,
That's great. Giannis is what one? He's 2-time, right?
maybe
Two-time
one.
MVP?
I think one time. Could be wrong.
He went
Could be
2
wrong.
I thought he went 2
Giannis.
Doesn't
I think so
matter.
too, yeah.
Whatever. We're talking about who's better right now. Who are you voting for?
You guys didn't know him before.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
true.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Who had the better argument?
Fucking hate this.
I feel like
Lean slightly Mitchell, I guess.
yeah, I think Luke won that too. I just think both you guys brought up irrelevant shit, but Devin brought up more irrelevant shit. And Luke did.
Russian mafia.
The Jokic brothers is fucking insane in an argument against Giannis. So Luke, moving on to the championship.
I brought up the
Moving on to the
Greek nickname. I could call it. That's like
crazy.
fucking
Yeah.
Greek a freak, bro.
That's-
That shit's fuck that.
Okay,
Fuck this
let's
game, bro.
spin the wheel. Let's spin the wheel.
Fuck this shit out.
We go on tier 1 or tier 2 now?
I don't know. I think
Me, first
it is tough because we've definitely done everybody on tier 1.
No, I'm not.
All right,
Luka?
Luka
Damn. I got Luka. Oh shit.
and Tatum.
Luka versus Tatum. All right, you got Tatum. All right, I got Luka. I'll go first.
Who?
Luka versus Tatum.
I don't know who those people
Tyler
are.
got okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Luka Dončić has an argument to be the best player in the NBA right now, and he's only 25 years old. He can do everything on the floor on the offensive end. He can play make, get everyone around him better. That's why he likes playing with guys like Dorian Finney-Smith, who can spot up for 3 and become a great player compared to a mid to below average role player. Luka, you could give him the ball in any situation, and in my opinion, he's the most clutch player in the entire NBA. We've seen it in the playoffs at a game winner against Rudy Gobert. We've seen him in the bubble hit the buzzer beater against the Clippers. And he's honestly a dog. Compared to a guy like Jason Tatum, I would way rather build my team around Luka Dončić because he's got that dog in him. I don't know if Tatum has that dog in him. He has a better team around him with Boston, won the championship, of course. But if Luka's on that Boston team, there's no way they're not winning that championship. And Luka can lead a worse team to way farther to the NBA Finals than a guy like Jason Tatum, because Tatum has such a great team around him. Luka can do everything on the offensive end. The defense is a question, but offensively he's the best in the league. Time. Oh, God.
Bro.
Okay.
My heart just dropped.
Okay. All right, Jackson. 1 minute for Tatum.
Right.
3, 2, 1.
Tatum's best small forward in the league. He's the elite two-way player. The defense is all defensive second at bare minimum. Offense is second to nobody at small forward position. Or the league position in general. He's already won a title, and he's 20. He's 19. He's been to four conference finals at least. He's made the finals twice. His team, yes, is better around him, but he also is statistically been
He's been able to lead his team further, is what I'm saying. Luka has had a very good team around him last year, just could not get it done. They attacked him every time defensively down the floor. Because of that. They can't attack Tatum.
Okay. Time. Okay. That's a good point.
All right. 30
Second.
seconds rebuttal.
Here we go. 30 seconds. All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. Well, you're right about the Luka on defense thing compared to Tatum, but offensively, it's just not even close. Luka Dončić makes his guys around him better, like I said. And you can put Luka Dončić on any team, like these guys said about Jokic and Giannis. You can put Luka on the worst team in the league, and I guarantee they're a playoff team, maybe even a top 5 in the playoff team, because he can lead guys like that, and he makes everyone around him better. I do not think Jason Tatum makes anyone around him better. He's just surrounded by guys who are already great. So that's why I think Luka's better than Tatum.
All right. 30 second rebuttal.
Cook up.
2, 1. Yep.
Same thing goes for the 2022 team, though, that's Tatum led. Brown wasn't a full-fledged all-star yet at that point. He think I made it his first year that year, but he didn't have all the guys around him at that point. He had Al Horford at center and Robert Williams, I think, then too. They didn't end up winning, but that's also, because Steph was nuclear that year. Tatum's run that playoffs was arguably one of the better ones in recent years too.
Time. All right, judges.
All right.
Cook up.
Shit.
This was a hard one. Tatum.
Yeah.
I was that. That's like
I can't make it.
All right, we are back. Judges, you just heard our arguments against me and Jackson. So who we going with?
Yeah, it was just now.
just
I'm
did
going
a
with
few
Tyler.
seconds
Just
ago.
finished it.
Yeah, Tyler won the debate. It's a little bit tough to argue against Luka with Jason.
Definitely a tough one for Jackson.
Yeah,
kind of. The wheel did you a little dirty on that one.
Tyler made some good points, especially with the whole like 25 years old.
Yeah.
Generational talent, but yeah.
The wheel's a bitch.
Okay, so they both voted for me. So me and Luke are in the finals. So we spun the wheel. Luke, you got Anthony Davis.
Yes, sir.
I got Cade Cunningham. And your minute is going to start.
Let me do it.
Sure. Your minute is going to start right. Yeah.
Baby candy.
Ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so Anthony Davis just got traded for, some say, one of the best players in the NBA right now, Luka Dončić. Because Anthony Davis is the best defensive player in the league, honestly. He goes over there, pairs up with Kyrie, pairs up with the big men that he wanted to play with. He's going to be able to expand his game a whole lot more instead of just playing at the 4, which the Lakers kind of had him doing sometimes. He's going to play his true position at the center right now. And playing with Kyrie right now. And I'm like, no, he's a power forward. Sorry. No.
You said it in reverse.
Yeah.
Said it in reverse. He's going to be able to play with at the power forward and get his big man at the center. Be a real power forward, what he's always dreamt of to do. Obviously, LeBron kind of hold that back. But then getting traded for Luka, again, one of the best players in the league. And then he's going to average, 25, 12 rebounds, fucking 5, 6 assists. He's going to turn this Mavericks team around and potentially bring them to the finals.
Time. Okay. My argument for Cade Cunningham.
Baby candy.
3,
2, 1, go.
Cade Cunningham is a way better all-around player than Anthony Davis already, and he's so young. He's about 23 years old. On the offensive end, of course, I don't mean on the defensive end, but Cade Cunningham is an all-around scorer. He can score at all 3 levels, inside, mid-range, from the 3. He's in the three-point contest for a reason. Anthony Davis is not that type of player. He's an inside scorer, sometimes can hit a mid-range jumper, but his three-point shot is not something that I want to see him taking if I'm a Mavericks fan. Cade Cunningham is a top 5 young player in the league that people would want to build around. And, Anthony Davis is getting up there in age a little bit. Also, the injury history with Anthony Davis makes it tough to build around him. Cade Cunningham is someone that everyone in the league wants to build around. And he is just a great, mid-range scorer. He can get to the mid-range anytime he wants to. He's got a go-to shot in the clutch. Anthony Davis does not have that. And AD was lucky enough to play with LeBron. I don't think LeBron took anything away from his game. I think it made his game better. So Cade Cunningham's never had that. Okay. 30-second rebuttal for Luke.
All right. 3, 2, 1, Go.
Let me take that back. LeBron didn't take away from his game, but it wasn't letting Anthony Davis play his true self. But in Dallas, he's going to be able to play his true self. It's going to expand his role a whole lot more. And again, with Kyrie right next to him, I think that's going to be one of the best duos coming into the league right now, especially if they stay healthy. That's a big if. So I'm sorry about that. But with this Dallas team, they're a win now team. And they will win now. I think they can make they will make a deep playoff run.
Time.
Okay. Okay. Last rebuttal.
3, 2, 1, go.
Cade Cunningham will be a better player when his career is over than Anthony Davis is, and that's saying something. Anthony Davis has been a top 10 player his whole career, but Cade Cunningham has way more potential than Anthony Davis. And Cade Cunningham is going to be in the MVP conversations for years to come. And in my opinion, he's going to win one eventually. Anthony Davis has never done that. Anthony Davis has never even won the Defensive Player of the Year, being known as one of the best defenders in the league. So can we really call him one of the best defenders in the league throughout his career? That's my question.
Time.
Okay.
I lost there.
I was finna pick Luke for real, and then brother just killed your whole share. Cooked your shit.
Yeah, I'm going with Tyler.
Okay.
He cooked
Give me
on
the
rebuttal.
crown.
It just
Give me the crown.
It pissed me off.
The defense, the defense, and when you say no deep, I was like, yeah, all right, fuck.
Yeah,
It's crazy he hasn't won Defensive
Yeah.
Player of the Year.
Yeah.
He's been in the top 3 for multiple years.
Timothy Duncan.
Tim Duncan never won it, damn.
But
All
I mean,
defensive
I do
first
think
15
AD and
times.
Kyrie gonna
Damn.
be cool though. So
Yeah.
you did have a good argument. They're gonna be a good duo.
I mean,
For
yeah.
at least a few years.
I felt
hopefully.
good about it.
I
Then
don't-
when you dropped that, I was
yeah.
like, fuck.
I don't really believe what I said about Cade being better all-around player than AD right now, but had to speak for the argument.
But you did
Had to
say you did take back the defense when I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't fully agree, but the argument is there.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
you can he is a 3-level scorer, can go all 3. He is averaging 26 this year too.
Crazy.
And
Crazy.
so
Yeah, well,
Next one, give me
GG's.
Arbys, bro,
GG's.
and I'll take it up. Bro.
yeah. Okay, now Dev versus Luke. Arby's versus In-N-Out. What is the better
damn.
restaurant? Oh wait, Dev works at In-N-Out.
I work at
Fuck,
In-N-Out.
that's
I'm
your 2
incriminating
favorite
myself.
restaurants. He's an Arby's fan for life.
What the
Hey,
Arby's versus Chic Fil A. Dev, your argument for
I could
Arby's
come
in
up with a solid
30
argument
seconds.
for Arbys.
Sell me on Arby's because
All right,
I
go
don't
ahead.
think that shit's.
Dude.
I think that shit's trash.
All right, go ahead.
Sell me. No, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's cheap, obviously. I mean, Chick Fil A is getting up there in prices. I mean, I could just roll through Arby's, nobody's there. Drive through ain't fucking long. I'm gonna get what I want within 5 minutes. I'm
What
gonna
do you
get
get
home.
from
I'm gonna
there?
eat that shit. I get a roast beef sandwich. I get a couple of those. No cheese on them things because I don't like cheese. But if you like cheese, you could have cheese on it. And then I get some curly fries. Got the best curly fries in the game. It's not even close. Like they're gas. And then the drinks is big. The large drinks. Big ass large drinks. So
Okay.
give me a big ass Coke.
They got root beer.
They got I don't know. Honestly, I
shit.
don't know what other drinks they have. They got good. I know they got good mozzarella sticks. Shout out James. James really
True.
fucking with the mozzarella sticks. And it's been around, bro. It's been a staple in the community. It's right down the street
Ready.
from my house for fucking 30 years. No, I'm not that old.
All right,
Arby's spokesperson.
All
That's
right.
time. Luke, your argument for Chick-fil-A over Arby's.
All right, Chick-fil-A. You can go grilled, fried. You can get mac and cheese. You can get a packet of cinnamon applesauce when you're there. You can get a root beer float. You can get any type of soda root beer float. You'd be like, hey, let me get an orange Fanta root beer float. Let me get a root beer, an orange Fanta float. Let me get a root beer float. Let me get a Coke float. And then also, any type of chicken you get, sandwich is always going to be juicy. Gotta say it. I'm sorry. Sandwich is always juicy. And now, the cheese is always melted too. Cheese used to not be melted. They're fixing their game right now. Their Trix fries are starting to get a little bit more salt on there. It's perfect. And then their strawberry lemonade, they got real strawberries in there. Amazing.
Real
Refreshing.
All right, compare the food Chick-fil-A to Arby's.
And then
compare the
also,
food.
and then I gotta say this about Arby's. He said you get in there, get out, you said 2 minutes?
Oh, I'll
Something
be
like
in and
that.
out that.
Exactly.
No, in and
But
out.
that's because, that roast beef, that's just sitting there in a fucking...
No. But the
Just
Chick-fil-A chickens, they got pesticides in them, bro.
Uh-oh. They're cooking.
Uh,
Get in the bag.
They did, but then when they got exposed, they had to change it.
You're right, they did take it out. You're
So
right.
they took it out.
Hey, but
I'm not going to stand for all of Chick-fil-A's, all of their morals.
That
but
roast beef
they
was
We're just talking
meat.
food for
We're
food.
just talking
Who's
food
better?
for food. Chic Fil A, 100%, dude. Chic Fil A, grilled, fried, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes.
The mac and cheese ain't even that good, bro.
Oh,
It is. I just had it today. It's
My-
actually pretty good.
My crab,
today?
my crab mac and cheese. I make better mac and cheese at home.
oh,
bro.
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Hooking.
No
Yeah.
shit, I could do that too.
Well, talk. Yeah,
And Chick-fil-A is my number one op because I fucking work at In-N-Out. Fuck
Roast beef
Chick-fil-A,
at
bro.
home, anyways.
Oh. Okay, I think we're gonna.
Don't
I think-
expose me.
I think we're gonna close the show out on that. Beam City Sports Bar, another fun episode. We'll be back next
You
week.
can catch me at
Go
Arbys.
subscribe. Catch Dev at Arby's. Tune in though.
Cheers. Let's go, King.
Cheers. Let's go. Light the beam tonight.